Happy Wednesday, friends. I'm so glad to be here with all of you. We are going to do a 75-minute yoga class. We're going to start with 3 rounds of sun salutes to warm up our body, and then we will hop into 26 into yoga, 26 postures, and 2 breathing exercises. If at any point in class something does not feel right for your body, remember that you can modify, you can do something else, you can skip it entirely. Sometimes just going an inch into a posture or half an inch into a posture is enough. So at times yoga might be challenging, and that's okay, but we're never going to a point of pain, a point where we could cause harm to ourselves or others. For the sun salutes, you're going to come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together. I'm going to stand back and show you in periphery. Take a moment here, standing up nice and tall, shoulders down, chest proud. Feel the weight of your feet on the floor, just starting to arrive at your yoga practice. Bring your hands together at heart center. And we'll begin with 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar, a sun salute. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, look up as if you were saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you. Exhale, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor shoulder width distance, and step back either into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, then lift your heels to the ceiling, press your heels down to the floor. So heels to floor, tailbone to ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees, take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down as you stretch your arms forward, forehead towards the floor. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift, back flat, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, bend your knees, fold, relax your head. Inhale, biceps with ears, hands together, root to rise, lift up, look up overhead. Exhale, hands down at heart center, 2 more. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, arms with ears, fold. Inhale, lengthen, look forward, shoulders back. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into your high plank or tabletop. Let's hold our plank for a moment. If that lowering down motion does not work for you, skip it, go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your child's pose or down dog. Otherwise, take a vinyasa. Imagine you're pulling yourself down to the floor, and then inhale, come up into your back bend. If you're doing up dog, make sure thighs are off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog or child's pose. If you're doing down dog, spread your fingers wide, root down through all 28 knuckles, especially the space between your index finger and thumb. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift, weight in the toes. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, lift up, hinge at your hips. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Last one, inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into your high plank or tabletop. Hug your elbows in, keep exhaling, imagine you're pulling yourself down. Inhale your up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. If you're doing down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. If you have tight hamstrings, you can try taking a wider step and maybe just micro bend the knees a little bit so you're not putting too much stress on the hamstrings. Again, tailbone to ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Wonderful, so that's our little warm up. We will now hop into 26 into yoga, starting with pranayama, deep breathing. Come to the middle of your mat and towel. Feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Good. Inhale. Elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward. Elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down. Use your chin to push your knuckles down. Palms face the floor. Little knuckle stretch. Forearms frame the face. Exhale, head up. Now use your knuckles to push your head back. Squeeze your palms together. Wrists together, forearms, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, breathe in through your nose, down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. H-A, sound. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath, push the air out. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath in the first set. Make your spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change. Arms down, you can roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together. Interlock your 10 fingers, maybe switch the grip, opposite thumb, pinky finger on top. Bring all of your knuckles underneath your chin like glue. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly tilt your head back, stretch your arms forward, elbows touch away from your body. Inhale, head down. So through the breathing exercise, we're learning to breathe a little slower, a little longer, a little deeper. Exhale, head up. So take your time, slowly head back, slowly exhale through the mouth. Keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. We're also learning to foster the mind-body connection. So you're gonna bring your attention to what's going on in your body. Exhale, head up. Notice if you're back bending, just the head drops back. Keep shoulders over hips. Hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down. Notice if you're rocking back and forth. Try to root down through the heels, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, lock your legs. Exhale, head up. Use your eyes to trace an arc along the ceiling. Look back, stretch your arms forward, elbows touch, pointing to the wall in front of you. Inhale, head down. So just the neck and arms are moving. Keep the shoulders down, chest up, spine straight from the side. Exhale, head up. Keep your knuckles touching your chin, your throat. Look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Keep your abdominal wall engaged. Stomach in, abs tight, elbows up, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Even as you exhale, engage your abdominal wall. Keep the stomach in, look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath. Second set, make it the deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time. Let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now. Elbows touch. Good. Change. Arms down. You can roll out your shoulders, your head. Ardha Chandrasana with Tadasana. Half moon with hands to feet pose, feet together. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Nice tight grip. Stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller. Okay, and then come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, press your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, bring your head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. In an absolutely straight line, without bending your elbows and knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Notice if the weight is creeping into your toes. Bring the weight back into your heels. Press your hips a little forward, engage your abdominal wall, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Press your left hip forward to get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Come down, push and push and push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Come down in a straight line without bending elbows, without bending knees, and without holding your breath. Relax your jaw, lift your chin, lift your chest, and breathe in and out through the nose. If at any point in class you can't breathe through the nose, might be a sign that you've gone just a little bit too far. Keep the chin and chest lifted and the weight in your heels. Hips a little more forward, squeeze your palms together. Can you bring your arms back 1 more inch? Press your right hip a little forward, 2 hips in line, left shoulder a little forward, 2 shoulders in line, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, first back bend of the day. This is the only posture I can't show and tell at the same time. Take a deep breath, full lungs. Keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. Maybe give your head a gentle shake. Look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. Whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending. Try to fall down backwards, maximum weight in your heels. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, and bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, arms with ears go down, hands to floor, drop your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Tadasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or eventually your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes, with a smiling, happy face that's kind of poetic. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your big toes, find your edge, lift your hips up, stretch your spine down. Good, change, come up, biceps with gears, knees can bend. Very nice, arms down, and you stand a little taller. It's the goal, standing tall. Second set, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, maybe switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Keep the weight in your heels, hips a little forward, arms back. Imagine you're leaning against a wall behind you. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly drop to the right as you press your hips to the left. Keep breathing, keep stretching. So press your hips to the left, stretch your upper body to the right, equal simultaneous 50-50. It's Newton's third law. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If you push your hips to the left, you will come down without collapsing. Press your hips to the left, stretch your arms to the right, breathe through your nose, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly drop to the left as you press your hips to the right. So in this style of yoga, we do 2 sets of just about everything, and at the end of that set, you will hear an invitation like push, 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 or kick, 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 or twist, 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 or stretch, 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 right? That's an invitation to go deeper. It does not have to apply to you if you are new, if you're sick, if you're dealing with an illness, an injury, maybe you're just a little bit cranky today. You can always stay light and lifted on days that feels good when you're honoring your body. Then you maybe go a little deeper at the end. Inhale, lengthen the arms, exhale, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. Second heart opener, deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, drop your head back, squeeze your butt, lift your index fingers up to the ceiling, and bring your arms back with your ears. Imagine you're tracing your fingers along the ceiling. Notice if the wrists are bending and the hands are coming apart. Try to squeeze your palms together, push your hands back, push your hips forward, arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up. Exhale, go down with a flat back, hinge at your hips, hands to floor, drop your head. Now go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. Second set, here we go. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. Notice if the knees are coming apart and the hips are starting to open. Try to keep the hips square, hips and big toes pointing forward. Elbows pointing back, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, stretch your spine down, try to lock your legs. Good, change, come up, squeeze palms together, try to come up with a flat back. Very nice, arms down, and you stand a little taller. Awkward Utkatasana, step your right foot to the right about 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet, perfectly parallel like 11s. Arms up, parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight. All 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers, fingers in line with your collarbones. Keep your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Suck it in, hold it in tight, shift a little bit more weight back into your heels. Now lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change, inhale to come up, keep your arms there. Press your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide. Now come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Lift your heels, stretch up, bend your knees, sit down, lean back. Imagine you're pressing your whole spine against a wall behind you. Even the neck, even the head, even the lower back. Lift your heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little bit off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time. Listen to your body. You can stop wherever you want or keep sitting down until there's a 1/2 inch gap between your hips and heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward. Lift your chest, soften your shoulders, re-engage your fingertips, and change. Slowly come up, knees together. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Take a breath. Second set. Step your right foot to the right, hip width distance, insides your feet, parallel. Arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight, abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down. So you can stick your butt out and fold forward. You can even like touch your stomach to your thigh. That helps you sit down. And from here, start to lift up. Keep the weight in your heels, toes, heels, knees, and hands, everything pointing forward. Insides of your feet parallel. Lift your chin up, chest up. Change, inhale to come up. Keep your arms there. Press your hips a little forward. Spread your toes wide. Come up all the way in your tippy toes. Lift your heels. Stretch up first. Bend your knees. Sit down. So notice if your knees are coming in or out. Keep the knees pointing in the same direction as the big toes. Heels a little higher. Knees a little higher. Sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little bit off the floor and slowly sit down like you're sliding your back down a wet marble wall. Take your time, listen to your body. Stop when there's a gap between your hips and your heels. Thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs. Spine perfectly straight from the side. Looks like you're holding a box. Change, slowly come up, knees together. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Eagle pose, Garasana. Look at your arms, identify which arm is right, which arm is left. Don't mix them up. Keep in mind, I am not mirroring you. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale, swing your right arm under your left arm. Right elbow under left elbow. Cross first at the elbows. Again, if you can at the wrists, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies towards the front of your mat. You can also interlock fingers, grab a thumb, or grab your shoulders and give yourself a big bear hug. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down. Try to keep your hips low into a chair and bring your right leg over your left leg. Right leg over left leg, cross twist, and eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Shift the weight back into your heel. Bend your knees, sit down more. Lean your upper body back at the end. Good. Change. Feet together, arms over your head, left side. Bring your left arm, zoom under your right arm, left under right, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies away from your face. Pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down. Try to keep your hips low, knees bent, and bring your left leg over your right leg. Left over right, cross twist. Eventually wrap your foot. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. This side might look or feel a little or a lot different, and that's okay. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the left, upper body to the right, twist like ropes, sit down, and lean back. Good. Change. Feet together, arms over your head, second set. Bring right arm under left arm, pull elbows down. One day fingers go below the nose, sit back and down. Keep your hips low and bring right leg over left leg. Think hamstring over quadricep. If your foot is wrapped, try to eliminate the gap between your right foot and left calf. So think about pressing your right ankle into the left calf as you shift the weight back into your heel. So hips and heel back, press the foot into the calf, sit down more, lean your upper body back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Last one, bring your left arm, zoom, under right arm, one day wrist straight, thumbs in line with your spine, not to one side of your face. Pull elbows down, sit back and down, keep your hips low, and bring left leg over right leg, left over right. Make sure you're breathing. Relax your jaw, engage your abdominal wall, shift the weight back into your heel, sit a little bit lower, breathe a little bit slower, lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, arms down, party time. You can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers. Great to be here with you all. Okay, for the next 3 postures, we continue, I had to think about that. For the next 3 postures, we continue to balance on one foot. If you fall out, just hop back in. Standing head to knee, Dandayamana, Janushirasana, shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, and lift your right leg up. You can point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face. Option to stay here, you're working on your hip flexor strength, your core strength, your balance, right? Using all the muscles in the standing leg to keep the joints in place. As you're ready, you're gonna start to round down and eventually pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid. Concrete, one-piece lamppost unbroken, you have no knee. If you've been coming for a while and you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing, slowly, gently lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor, no higher, no lower, standing leg locked. Take a breath. Kick your heel forward. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. If both legs lock, from the side legs, make an upside down L like Linda. Start to bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles one day. Elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Slowly reverse out. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. Lift your left leg up. You can point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, round down and pick up your left foot. All 10 fingers interlocked. You're welcome to start with your knee higher into your chest. You don't have to round down as much. Lift your inner thigh as well as your outer thigh. Squeeze your right glute, keeping all of the muscles nice and engaged. And when you're ready, lift your left leg up. Press your heel forward, flex your toes back. If your standing leg is bending a lot, think about lifting your hips up and shifting your weight forward. So the knee is over the ankle, not the big toe. If both legs lock, lock your arms, puff up your chest, and then start to bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. So notice if the elbows are going out and the shoulders are tensing up, drop the shoulders down, hug the elbows in, bring the chest down. One day elbows go below the calf muscles. Change, slowly reverse out. You can put your hands on your back, do a little back bend, or a knee bend. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your left foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. Lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, stomach in, round down, and pick up your right foot, all 10 fingers interlocked. Concentrate, meditate, make sure you're breathing. Inhale, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your time as you reverse out, step by step. Good for you. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, round down, keep your stomach in, pick up your foot. Here we go, lift your left leg up. It's Bengal Tiger strength, English Bulldog determination. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee, hold wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your time. as you come out. Good for you. Standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana, feet together. Bring your right hand up, elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up, right hip forward, knees together. I've already fallen out. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, take a breath, stretch up. And when you're ready, slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. So from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up. In other words, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder. Shoulder blade, scapula stretching away from the body. Kicking, stretching, equal, simultaneous. 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick really hard. Bring the body down more. Leg up more. Kick, kick, kick. Good. Change slowly with control. Kick yourself up. Let's do the other side. Bring your left hand up, out to the left, so palm faces up. Reach back without turning or twisting your arm. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone, so the shoulders rotating out. Bring your right arm up, left hip forward, thighs together. Lock your right leg, point your left toes. Take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick into your hand as you charge your body forward. And remember, this side might feel or look different, and that's okay. You want to feel the shoulders stretch apart and the back bend, so you really stretch through the front of the body, but you're never going to a point of pain or a point where you can't breathe through your nose. When you're ready, slowly bring the body down and the leg up. So from the side, 2 heels in line, kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line. Body down, chest up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly come up. You always want to end in the setup. Good. Second set, bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot, left arm up, right hip forward, knees together. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. So in my own practice, I'm finding that I'm falling out of this posture today a lot more than I normally would. There's been times in my yoga journey where I might take that personally or as a sign that I'm doing something wrong. Today, I'm just curious, right? And I encourage that curiosity with you as well. If something feels different or it just doesn't feel quite right, just be curious, right? Like, what could that be? Keep your chin and chest lifted, come down, body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly come up. Feet together, arms down. Last one, left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your foot, right arm up, try to square off your hips. So notice if one hip is already starting back, left hip forward and down. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. Make sure all 5 fingers together, thumb with your index finger, palm of your right hand faces the floor. Get your right arm exactly parallel to the floor. Keep your chin and chest lifted, abdomen soft, nice bend in the back. Slowly body down, slowly big toe up to the ceiling. Kick, kick, kick. Very nice. Slowly come up. Good. Take your time, come to the back of your mat, Tula Dandasana, balancing stick. This next posture is only 10 seconds, feet together. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers. Cross thumbs and lean back. Step your right foot forward, a big step. Shift your weight to your right foot, stretch up, point your left toes, and when you're ready, come down. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. From the side, body makes a T like Tom, but not a broken umbrella. Squeeze your palms together, keep your wrists straight, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change. Left foot down, right foot back. Lean back, step your left foot forward, shift your weight to your left foot, stretch up, point your right toes, and as you're ready, come down with a flat back. Imagine there's a board strapped to your back. Slowly bring the chest down, chin forward, leg up, squeeze your palms together, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands, stretch, change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down, take a breath. Second set, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back, step your right foot forward, stretch up, point your left toes and tilt. So one day coming down parallel to the floor, never forcing the body, right? Squeeze your palms together, keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Think of your arms and legs as an extension of your spine. Stretch, change, left foot down, right foot back, last one, lean back, step your left foot forward, puff up your chest, point your right toes, and as you're ready, come down. Abdomen in, maybe drop your right hip down, 2 hips in line, bring your right foot a little to the right, spiral your inner right thigh up, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Good for you. You can come to the top of your mat and face the long side of your mat for the next few postures. I will continue to face you, starting with standing, separate leg stretching, Dandayamana, Bikram, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms overhead sideways. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 4 feet minimum. Big step, arms down parallel to the floor. You can turn your toes in a little bit, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Go down with a flat back. So we do balancing stick with a flat back, and then we do stretching pose with a flat back. We do those postures back to back on purpose, right? Grab your heels from behind, keep your spine nice and flat. If you can't grab your heels, you can grab the outsides of your feet, your pinky toes, or you can put your hands on the floor in front of you. Everybody roll forward. So if you think about balancing stick, it's a balancing posture where you're hinging at your hips with a flat back. If you think about stretching posture, it's a 2-legged posture where you're hinging at your hips with a flat back, right? It's almost like we put both sides of balancing stick together. Grab your heels, keep pulling, keep stretching, roll forward, find your edge, try to touch your head to the floor in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, take your time as blood flow reverses. Step your right foot back to the place, arms over your head, arms down. So the sequence is really smart, like the order in which we do the postures is really smart. It makes a lot of sense, right? So after that balancing stick stretching, now we're doing this kind of stretching. Second set, arms over your head, step your right foot to the right, big step. I'll show you from the side, toes in, heels out, chest up, swan dive forward, flat back, straight spine. If you can, grab your heels. If you can, grab your feet, try to bend your elbows back, elbows to calves. Lift your shoulders up to the ceiling, belly button to spine, roll forward. Try to touch your head to the floor. If your head's not yet touching the floor, take a bigger step. Roll forward again, keep pulling, keep stretching. Try to touch your head to the floor in between your feet. Very nice change. Slowly come up, take your time. Step your right foot back, arms over your head, and arms down. So in stretching pose, we just lengthened through our spine and our abdomen. In triangle pose, we're gonna twist our spine and our abdomen. Triangle, Trikonasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. Big step, 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out. Maybe left toes in a little bit. Inhale, breathing, bend your right leg and lunge. Sit as low as you can without forcing your body. Lean back, keep your spine straight in the middle, and move your arms at the same time. Eventually, your thigh will be parallel to the floor. If your femur is not yet parallel to the floor, maybe you just have the wrist or forearm in front of the knee. Look up towards the ceiling and stretch. You want to feel one long diagonal line from your ankle to the crown of your head. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Now turn, twist your upper body back like spine twisting posture. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg. Right toes in, left toes out, other side. Make sure your heels are in line. Inhale, bend your left leg and lunge. And sitting down might be as simple as taking a bigger step or rotating your right hip forward a little bit. Keep sitting down as low as you can, lean back and move your arms. So eventually over time, you'll get your left thigh parallel to the floor, elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingertips just between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. You still want to feel that connected line from the crown of your head to your ankle. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder. Drop your right thigh down, push your left knee back, turn, twist upper body back, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, step your right foot back, arms over your head, and arms down. Just holding still as you breathe. Let's do it again. Arms overhead sideways, step your right foot to the right, big step. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, maybe left toes in a little bit. Inhale, bend your right leg, lunge. Sit as low as you can, opening your hips, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee. Stretch your fingertips to graze between your big and second toe. Again, you don't touch the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling. Touch your chin to your shoulder. Profile of your face visible to the side of your mat. Drop your left thigh down. Push your right knee back, and then get your right side torso off of your right thigh. Turn. Twist upper body back, like spine twisting posture. Lock your left leg. Keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms. Straighten your right leg. Right toes in, left toes out. Make sure your heels are in line. Inhale, bend your left leg, lunge. And you can take a bigger or smaller step if it helps you sit down. Lean back and move your arms. Just the elbow in front of the knee. Look up towards the ceiling. Make sure all 5 fingers together. Thumb with your index finger, palm facing forward. You want to stack the arms at 6 and 12 o'clock. Think about bringing your left rib cage forward, right rib cage back. Push your elbow into your knee so you can really twist. Turn, twist upper body back, twisting the spine, twisting the abdomen. Lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, and arms down. So for all of you that either grew up in the 90s or raised children in the 90s, or you're an auntie, right? There's this toy that's like bop it, twist it, squeeze it. That's what I always think about with the separate leg series. In stretching, we stretched it. In triangle, we twist it. And now in head to knee pose, we're gonna squeeze it. You're gonna compress the front of your body. Standing separate leg, head to knee, Dandayamana Vikatapada, Janushirasana. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step, 4 feet minimum. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room. Turn your back toes in, press your left hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. So in stretching, we stretch the spine and torso. In triangle, we twisted the spine and abdomen. In head to knee, we round the spine and squeeze, compress the abdomen. Chin to chest, you can bend your front leg if it helps. Try to bring your knee and head close together. This is a compression posture, front side compression, throat choke, jaw relaxed, eyes open, stomach in, breathing normal. You can bring a little bit of weight to your front foot, right hip up, left hip forward, 2 hips in line. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick. Lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl, left hip forward, chin to chest, head up, last. Good, pivot on your heels to the other side of the room, uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, press your right hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line, backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Try to feel each part of your back moving. So the neck, and then the upper spine, press your hips forward, middle spine, keep your abdomen engaged, lower spine, whole spine rounding, whole front of the body squeezing, compressing. You can bend your front leg if it helps. Touch your knee and head together. Stretch all 10 fingers beyond your big and second toe. Bring maximum weight into your front foot. Left hip up, right hip forward, 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Make sure your back toes are turned in to at least a 45-degree angle. That'll help get your hips in line. Push your forehead into your knee. Lift both kneecaps, lock both legs, hands together. Change, keep your biceps with your ears like glue all the way up. Head up last. Good, pivot on your heels, right foot back, float your arms down. Second set, head to knee, Janushirasana, arms overhead sideways. Step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet. Pivot on your heels, turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, maybe your right hip back. Keep your hips even, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. So notice if one hip starts to lift up or move back. You want to keep the hips in line all the way down so it's your spine working rather than your hips compensating. If you have a tight back,
Be careful of this one. If touching your head and knee together is painful, you can ease up a little bit and flatten the back. Eventually head and knee touch, but again, you're never forcing or fighting, right? Rounded spine postures are ones that we just want to be careful of, especially if you have a history of slip discs. It might be challenging and that's okay, but again, if it's like painful, if it feels like it's tugging your back, that's when you ease up. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change. Imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, biceps with ears, head up last. Good, pivot on your heels. I'm gonna face you. Make sure you still have at least a yardstick between your feet. Turn your back toes in, press your right hip forward, left rib cage back, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You cannot see your front foot all the way down. Now, if your back feels okay and you're still having trouble touching knee and head together, try taking a little bit of a bigger step or bending your front leg more. And if your forehead and knee still don't touch today, that's okay, right? It's just little by little, the body starts to open up, strengthen, and realign. Chin to chest, abdomen in, eventually forehead and knee touch. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change. Slowly uncurl, keep your hips in line, biceps with ears, head up last, very nice. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Come to the middle of your mat for tree pose, Tadasana. This is the hip opening series. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. Eventually touch your heel to your costume, sole of foot flat to ceiling, never force your body. Slowly, gently let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. If you're ready, right hand up to the center of your chest, and if you can balance, left hand up. Think about lifting your left kneecap up, press your hips a little forward, and stretch the crown of your head up towards the ceiling, temporarily eliminating any curvature in your spine. Good. When you're ready, change. Shift your weight to your right leg, lift your right kneecap, and then lift your left leg up. Again, this side might feel different. Heel to costume, let your left knee drop. One day, two knees in line from the side. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. Left hand up to the center of your chest, and if you can balance, right hand. Elbows down, shoulders down, chest up, abdomen in. Make sure you're not grabbing the floor with your toes. Good, change, left leg down. You're welcome to do a second set of tree. You can also try another fun posture called toe stand. Pick a spot on the floor 4 feet in front of you, don't move your eyes. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. This time your foot can be anywhere above your knee, anywhere in your thigh. You can bring one or both hands together, and as you're ready, start to fold forward. Eventually, lean forward, hands to floor. You can stop here or keep going. Lean your hands forward, lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down. As you sit down, you want the weight in your arms. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips, whether you're in tree or toe. Point your right toes. Press your right hip forward, right knee down. Left hand up, right hand up, elbows down, spine straight. Come a half inch off your heel. Good. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet. You can also lift your hips up and then press your hips forward. Slowly come up. Good. Change. Right leg down. Lock your right leg and lift your left leg up. Slowly let your left knee drop. Padangustasana, toe stand. When you're ready, start to fold forward. Hands to floor, lean forward. Lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down. Walk your hands back. Toe stand is also a really nice Achilles stretch. Point your left toes, bring your left hip forward, left knee down. Try to keep your knees in line. Left hand, right hand, spine straight, elbows down, elbows to ribs, come a half inch off your heel. Good. Whenever you're ready, you can come up on 2 feet, or you can put your hands on the floor, lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, and then push your hips forward to reverse out. Very nice. Change. Left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana. We're on the floor for the rest of class, starting with Savasana, corpse pose. Lie on your back, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Bring your heels together, let your toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. Savasana is a gas station. Let it fill you up. When you lie with your limbs close together, your heart and lungs don't have to work very hard, I should say, to pump fresh blood and oxygen through the body. So whereas some styles of exercise, right, at a certain point you start breathing through your mouth or you kind of deprive your body of oxygen. In yoga, it's a truly aerobic exercise and that we're always breathing through the nose, except in the breathing exercises, right? We're always flooding our body with oxygen. So after class, we don't get like lactic acid buildup. So make sure you're breathing. And especially on the floor in Savasana, you always want to see if you can get 1 or 2 really good deep breaths, like really sending the oxygen, all the way down to the toes, to the fingertips, maybe anywhere that could use a little extra love. Pavana when you're moving pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin just below the knee, nice tight white knuckle grip, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor. Without lifting your head, look down the center line of your body and breathe. Good, change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, pull your knee out and down. Try to keep your 2 shoulders on the floor, 2 hips on the floor. If your right calf muscle doesn't naturally touch the floor, try flexing your right toes back to your face. Otherwise, keep both feet nice and relaxed. Good, change, left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug for coming to class, good for you. Keep your 2 heels in line side by side, not crisscross, head on the floor. Without lifting your head, look down the center line of your body, squeeze, breathe, stretch. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. Inhale, feel your chest rise. Exhale, let your shoulders fall. Second set, bend your right leg up, maybe switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out and down, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands to strengthen your grip. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down. One day the knee tucks under the armpit, doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. Just think about putting a little bit of pressure on the lower left abdomen, it's good for digestion. Change, left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows each other, maybe other elbow on top if you remember, I never do. Keep your feet nice and relaxed. So in every other posture in this version, in this style of yoga, a foot that is off the floor should either be pointed or flexed. This is the only posture where feet off the floor are relaxed. In any other posture, be it standing or lying down, if you have a foot on the floor, you want to ask yourself, am I pointing or am I flexing? Change, arms down and eyes open. The more you know. Next, we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back, you can roll off to the side and just meet us on your stomach. I do it all the time, especially the first sit up, right? You can always give it. Otherwise, we'll do a straight leg sit up, legs together, flex your toes back to your face, keep your heels on the floor. Arms over your head, cross only your thumbs, keep your biceps with your ears. Take a breath, hold your breath, stomach in, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Exhale, grab big toes, exhale, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Good, turn, lie on your stomach for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra Bhushangasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. Place your hands flat on the floor, just below your shoulders, so your elbows point up to the ceiling like grasshopper wings. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor, very nice. Use 100% back strength, beautiful. Come up halfway only. Keep your chest lifted and your elbows bent at a 90-degree angle. So if you were to take your hands off the floor for just a second, you wouldn't come down too much. Keep your feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, push your feet, hips and hands down. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change, slowly lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. Second set, bring your chin forward. Hands flat on the floor just below your shoulders. So from a bird's eye view, I can't see your manicure. Not that any of us have manicures these days. Feet together, toes heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift. So sometimes I'll see people hover their hands above the floor, and sometimes I'll see people push a little bit too much to straighten the arms. We want a little bit of a middle path here where you're actively pressing the hands down, but it is the back that's doing the work, right? Roll your shoulders back and down, stretch your elbows down towards your hips, keep your feet together, lock your legs, lift your thighs, press your feet and hips down, look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change, slowly lower down, look to your left right here on your mat, arms down, heels apart, and just take a nice, good, easy breath. Everybody's favorite, Lotus Shalavasana. Bring your chin forward, arm straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor, bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day, pinky fingers touch, but hands never overlap. Spread your fingers wide rather than pressing your wrists down. Try to press the pads of your hands and your knuckles down. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. So the foot that is off the floor, point those toes. Stretch the big toe to the back wall, lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your thigh up. Good, change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Try to keep your hip and forearm in contact, sole of the foot flat to the ceiling. Press your shoulders down, so the shoulder, scapula stretch apart, shoulders down, eyes open, lock your left leg. Change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down, bring your arms a little closer underneath you, spread your fingers wide, mouth down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up, come up. Everybody come up, you can do it, struggle a little harder, don't give up, mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, lift your thighs up. Good, change, slowly lower down, bring your arms out, look to the right, left ear on your mat, take a breath. When I first started this style of yoga, I still don't love this posture, but like I really hated it. And I would count it down in sixths. Like after the first part, I'd be like, you're a sixth of the way. And then I'd be like, you're a third of the way. You're a half of, you're half of the way. And then eventually I realized that like fixating on the things that I don't like is not helpful. It does not get me into the posture. It does not relieve my suffering in the posture, right? Notice what you're fixating on. For sure, we want to be alert that if something is causing us like pain, we want to get out of that pain. But notice if you're fixating on your suffering, right? Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. And through yoga, we flip that script so that anything, that we're feeling pain, we let that go. And anything where we're really suffering, we let that go as well. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side, rotate your arms, palms face the floor, bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day, pinky fingers touch, spread your fingers wide, lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up. Use your arm muscles, squeeze your triceps, biceps, press shoulders down, press knuckles down, and then use your right leg muscles. Stretch the right leg back, lock your right leg, change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, and point your left toes, lift your left leg up. Stretch the big toe to the back wall. Imagine you're trying to turn on a light switch with your big toe. Lift the thigh up, lock the left leg, press your shoulders down, change, left leg down. Grand finale, tuck your chin and mouth down. Maybe bring your arms a little closer underneath you. I like to keep my hips and forearms touching for leverage. Mouth down, lock your legs neck long, point your toes, and lift both legs up. So you can use a little bit of momentum to come up. Notice if the knees are coming apart, try to keep the soles of the feet flat to the ceiling. It's really hard. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs a little bit more, roll forward a little bit more, lift your thighs up. Good, change, lower down, bring your arms out, look to the left, and let that one go. Purna Shalavasana full locust, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side like airplane wings. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift, arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor. So nice, like a 747 taking off. Just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Look up to the ceiling where your eyes go, body knows to follow. Notice if your fingers are coming apart or your hands are cupping. Try to keep your fingers together, wrists straight, stretch your arms apart, keep your knees and feet together, lock your legs, lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly with control, lower down. Tuck in your wings, look to the right. Do a soft fuzzy gaze just beyond the edge of your mat. When we close our eyes, it's easy to check out, but when our eyes kind of wander a lot, then we get overwhelmed with like, oh my gosh, I haven't vacuumed in a while, right? So you pick that middle ground again of just a soft fuzzy gaze at the edge of your mat, giving your eyes a little bit of a break while staying in your yoga space. Second set, chin forward, arms out to the side, feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift, stretch your upper body off the floor. Notice if your hands are facing down or all the way up, try to get your thumbs at a 45-degree angle. This is a nice way to gently open the shoulders without overdoing it. Keep your knees and feet together. Nice opening through the chest, the shoulders. So good for strengthening the back. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left, and take a breath, letting that posture go. Dhanurasana floor bow, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with the index fingers. If you can't grab both feet, grab one foot in the first set, opposite arm in front. Second set, you switch it out. Squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up towards the ceiling, and start to kick into your hands. Very nice, continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out through your nose. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrists straight. Point your toes, look up towards the ceiling. Try to get your thighs off the floor. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly with control, lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat. So for my flexi folks, or just, folks that are familiar with this series and have been doing it for a while, which is all of you, sometimes we have the range of motion to go deeper into a posture, but it doesn't feel right. Just because you can go a little deeper, again, doesn't mean you have to. So if you could go deeper, but it doesn't feel good, remember that you can stay just as you are. The kick, 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 the stretch, 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 that's always an invitation, right? It's never like a command. You can always stay right as you are. Sometimes just the setup is enough. Second set, bring your chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet, or the opposite foot from the outside, squeeze your tush, point your toes, hold on tight, look up to the ceiling and kick. You're kicking in 2 directions. You're kicking back and you're kicking up. If this posture hurts your knees, try kicking up more than you're kicking back. So you really start to use your hamstrings and glutes. Notice if the wrists are bending, try to bring the insides of the wrists closer together, wrists straight, squeeze shoulders together, open through the chest, keep the neck in line with the rest of the spine. If it feels good, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, lower down, look to the left and let that one go. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up. Good, come to the top of your mat for fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. I'm gonna show you from the side. Start in tabletop position. Point the toes to the back of your mat so the insides of your feet are parallel rather than turning in or out. Option to stay here, where you're gonna start to walk your hands back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time. Eventually sit down between your heels, never force your body. If you can sit between your heels and you're not in pain, put your hands on your feet. Right elbow down, the left elbow down, drop your head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows, each other, look down the center line of your body and hold. Take a breath. Wherever you are is perfect in this posture, in your yoga practice, and perhaps even in life overall. Change, put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last, turn around, Savasana. So a practice that I sometimes try to work on is telling myself, you were right on time, You're exactly where you're supposed to be. That doesn't mean that, you know, as yogis, we put up with BS and we put up, you know, with like people treating us poorly or bad life circumstances. That's not what that means, right? But that maybe like you're right on time, right? Right on time with your yoga practice, right on time where you are in life, exactly where you're meant to be in fixed firm, but maybe outside of your yoga mat as well. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the top of your mat, second set, fixed firm. You can stay in tabletop position, it's fun. You pretend like you're on the cover of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Magazine, or when you're ready, you're gonna walk your hands back. Sink your hips down. I love that joke. Put your palms on your soles, right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to floor, tuck your chin and neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, maybe other elbow on top. For those of you that go into this posture pretty easily, try getting a deeper back bend, like walk your shoulders back closer to your hips, and maybe knees come together, but knees never come off the floor. Good, change. Put your hands on your feet. Press yourself up carefully, head up last, very nice. Turn around, Savasana. As you release out of the posture, you release the tourniquet effect. Fresh blood flows through the toes, ankles, knees, and hips. If the sit-ups ever start to bother your back or another part of your body, you can always skip the sit-ups by rolling off to the side. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Try to keep your biceps with your ears. Good. Come to the back of your mat, half tortoise, Ardha Karmasana. I'm going to show you from the side. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels. If sitting on your heels hurts, you can always start by standing on your shins. Arms over your head, palms together, only cross your thumbs. Stretch up as tall as you can and go down. Abdomen in, squeeze feet together. Try to touch forehead to floor first, then little fingers to floor. Stretch your arms forward, sink your hips down. Tilt your pinky fingers down. Try to get elbows and wrists off the floor. One more time, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Good, change, slowly come up, biceps with ears, good, arms down, turn around, Savasana. If you have like tight toes or ankles or knees, in any of these kneeling postures, the fixed firm series, you can always roll up your mat. So there's a little bit of extra padding, like again, under toes or ankles or knees or all of it, right? You can even place a thin blanket under your shins if that feels good to relieve a little bit of pressure. We want to stretch, but again, we're not like forcing the joints. Sometimes a little bit of padding helps. Legs together, arms over your head. Keep your heels on the floor, sit up. Good, come to the back of your mat, second set, half tortoise. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms up. Palms together, cross your thumbs. You're always welcome to go down, you know, helping with your hands, helping you in. Otherwise, stretch up and go down. Forehead to floor. Little fingers to floor, palms together, wrists straight, just the thumbs crossed. Squeeze heels together. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Good, change, come up, biceps with ears, squeeze feet together, very nice, arms down. Turn around, Savasana. Remember, just getting a few good deep breaths in between every set of every posture, flooding the body with oxygen. Okay, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the top of your mat, Camel Ustrasana, our deepest back bend. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Again, you're always welcome to place a little extra padding under your knees or toes or ankles. Place your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Press your hips forward, keep your eyes open, and start to look up. Back bends can stimulate the central nervous system, so if at any point you feel a little bit dizzy, just keep your eyes open and hold. When you're ready, head goes back. Option to stay here or eventually go back halfway, crease in the middle. Option to stay here or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel,
thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back, look for your toes behind you. If you can't grab your heels, or if you have to lean way back to grab your heels, keep your hands on your back. It's safer support for your spine. Pretty much want to keep hips over knees, glutes tight, eyes open the whole time. Change, put your hands on your back. Push yourself up carefully. Head up last. Very nice. Turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. And then we just lie down and let everything stretch out. So especially in a world where we hunch forward a lot, right, over our work, our food, our kids, and the number one thing we hunch over are our cell phones, right? Especially in a world where we have our chin to our chest and we're kind of shrugging the whole day. These back bends can be, they can feel kind of alien. They can feel quite stimulating or intense. They're really good for your spine, right? It's a healing compression to the spine. And again, a little bit goes a long way. Sometimes when we're tight, just looking up towards the ceiling, you'll already feel that like activation in the solar plex nervous system. And that's wonderful. We have this big bundle of nerves in our abdomen that we want to stretch out. I almost think of it like, you know, when you have all these like wires that are tangled, like with your laptop or whatever, we want to like stretch out those wires so that they can lengthen. You want to stretch out that nerve center, but it can feel intense. It's called feelings for a reason, right? It's called your nervous system for a reason because you feel it. So if you feel it, it's all good. Do second set, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Wonderful. Come to the top of your mat, second set. You can open your knees a little wider if it feels good. 8 to 10 inches between your knees. Still keep 6 inches between your feet. That'll work a little bit deeper into the hips. Put your hands on your back, and if it feels good, bring your elbows closer together. That'll work deeper into the chest and upper spine. Press your hips forward. Keep your eyes open. One day look up. One day head goes back. Eventually, or in the future, go back halfway. And when you're ready, grab your heels. Never forcing. Press your hips forward. Lift your chest up. Drop your head back, hold still, and breathe. Good. When you're ready, put your hands on your back. Press yourself up. Very nice. Turn around, Savasana. And again, after that spinal compression, we lie on our back. So we really stretch out the spine, right? The whole body kind of stretching, realigning to the nice flat floor. And after that stimulating back bend, and then this recalibrating Savasana, we're then going to do a forward fold. So we're going to soothe and calm the body with rabbit, Sasangasana. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat for rabbit, Sasangasana. We're gonna round the spine, right? Like the twist it, bend it, squeeze it. Same thing here, knees, feet together. Make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down, chin to chest, stomach in. This is a complementary posture to camel pose. In fact, the grip on your feet is the same. Right? Thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Forehead to knees, top of head to floor, pull on your heels. Don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc. Head up last. Very nice. Turn around, Savasana. And you might find that your spine moves easier in one or more naturally, right, in one direction than the other. That is something to take note of, but not to favor. So, you know, many of us have had the experience where like you're really good at something and somebody's like, hey, you're really good at that. And then they're like, no, seriously, like you should do this as a career or as a hobby, or right, like you could make money off of this. In yoga, when we realize like, hey, you're really good at that posture, keep doing that. But the ones that are hard for you are actually the ones that you want to dive into. It's a little bit counterintuitive in a world where we're told to like follow our natural gifts. In yoga, we're kind of
getting a little bit more curious about the things that don't come quite as naturally. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat, and I'm gonna show you real quick. So it is Easter. My parents sent me an Easter thing. So this is a chocolate rabbit. See how the bunny's back is rounded? That's why it's called rabbit pose. We're gonna round our spine like a bunny. Let's hop to it. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Round your spine like a rabbit. Try to feel each part of your back moving, forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and your head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, head up last, very nice, turn around. Savasana. So this series and the sequence of postures, the order of postures is so smart, right? So in the fixed firm series, right, we did a little back bend with fixed firm, then we stretched the spine with half tortoise, then we did another back bend with camel, then we rounded the spine with rabbit, and now we're gonna round the spine and stretch the spine in succession. 2 sets of head to knee with stretching. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, so this yoga is really just moving our spine in all 6 directions while doing different things with our lower body, right leg out, left leg in, Shavasana. Inhale, arms overhead, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. You can bend your right leg if you want, touch knee and head together. Make it easy. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, under the ball of your foot, flex your toes back for a nice passive calf and Achilles stretch. Good, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in. 2 legs make an L, no wider. Stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Notice if you're leaning way to the left, try to press your right sit bone down, right shoulder down, right elbow down, so both sides of your back round equally the same. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. For Paschimottanasana stretching, keep in mind this is different. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with your middle and index fingers, peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. So in Shavasana head to knee pose, we rounded the spine to compress the abdomen. In stretching Paschimottanasana, we want to stretch the spine to stretch the abdomen. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. Eventually legs are straight or even locked, and then you fold forward, stomach to thigh, chest to knee, one day toes and head touch. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. And a lot of the postures on the floor series mirror the standing series. It can be easy to think that this is a floor version of hands to feet pose, Paschimottanasana at the beginning of class, but this is actually a floor version of stretching pose a little bit later on, the first of the separate leg, right? Where you grab your heels and try to touch your head to the floor in between your feet. That's the floor version of this, where we're going down with a flat back the whole time. Second set, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. And part of the reason for that is that every single sit up we do is rounded, right? So when we do second set stretching, we want to stretch. Shavasana head to knee, right leg out, left leg in, arms overhead, 2 legs make a 90-degree angle, stretch up, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. It's a little confusing because we do head to knee first, which is rounded spine, and then we do stretching, which is straight, I know. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Good, change, arms up, left leg out, stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. If it's easy to touch your forehead and knee together with a bent leg, see if you can straighten or even lock your legs. So one day heel comes off the floor, elbows to floor, right elbow down, right sit bone down. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you, lie down, let your spine realign and sit up. Second set stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your buns back. You can pull your butt out from behind you, stick your butt out, flex your pinky toes back and start to fold forward. Imagine you're gonna hook your rib cage over your knees. Notice if the shoulders are tensing forward, roll the shoulders back and down, stretch the spine. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Again, every sit-up, if you're doing the sit-ups, you want to try to get elbows to floor, forehead to knee. So every sit-up, you're getting that hamstring stretch and that rounded spine action. Second set, legs together, front knee, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. That second set, we're going to do another posture. We're going to twist it. Ardha Matsyendrasana, final spinal. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to your left knee corner, right arm close behind you, left arm up and over. Grab your left knee with your left hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you or reach behind you. Try to grab your left thigh with your right hand for a half bind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull your abdomen in, look over your right shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on the floor, touch your left heel to your right knee, left arm behind you, right arm up, bend over, grab right knee with right hand, look down, and if you're sitting on your right foot, slide it out of the way, roll to the left, evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull your abdomen and look over your left shoulder twist. You can keep your hand behind you or do the half bind. Keep spine straight, chest up, rib cage open. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. And if you have no idea of the 1990s toy that I've been talking about, Google it after class. It's just called, I think it's called Bop It, but I'm sure you will be able to find the bop it, twist it, squeeze it, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Okay, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. I promise I'm not being paid by the Bop It Corporation, should it still exist. Final breathing, Kapalabhati, sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, don't do it, sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, concentrate, meditate, don't forget to have fun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit up nice and tall. My laptop's about to die, so I'm just going to plug it in for these last final seconds. Sit up nice and tall, lick your lips, swallow a couple times, and begin. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back, turn around, final Savasana. Close your eyes, open your arms and legs. Anytime you're feeling a little bit like untethered or disembodied in your day, you can do this very simple exercise. Locate your hands. Breathe into your hands. Locate your feet. Breathe into your feet. Think about eating a lemon. Does your tongue pucker a little bit? Our mind is so powerful. Simply using our imagination, connecting our mind to our body, or something like the smell of lavender or the taste of a lemon can be so nice for getting us out of our minds, right, back into the body. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. And all is coming.